It was just good business. I feel every time you say that a tea plant is planted somewhere in the world. Can't I just switch text then switch back to get the bonus? Yes, you'll lose the research, but then you'll get the rest. No, it remembers how much research you had. I think. It's definitely too late now, regardless. Am I still expanding oil production? I believe so. Yep. Although I don't have the construction right now. Which was that one. Okay, so we are building the last of the civilian factories that I wanted in Friesland. There's the dispersed industry, which is going to allow us to build some more stuff. So after this, I think it's going to be time for naval dockyards. Oh, now that's true. I still have a 2 years ahead of time thing, so what I can do is research this and then get construction 4. That's interesting. And we can get... subsidiary carrier role. Maybe I want to get some better destroyers. And then use destroyers as a anti-convoy. Because under Fleet and Being, we actually seem to have surprisingly good destroyers. Oh, I really need destroyer killers, and those are cruisers. I still really need this. How have I still not researched this? Right, we're going to research this before I get blinded by anything else. The fall of Nanjing, the capital of the Republic of China. Nanjing has been occupied by forces from the Empire of Japan. Despite fierce resistance from the walled city Chinese defenders, Japanese troops managed to capture the Zhongshan gates and fought their way into the city. A significant development. Astat, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And Exmuda, I don't think I said hello. Hello! Thank you very much for the follow. And then I think I'm going to get the Oak Storm, because that's going to give me the recruitable population. And that should solve most of those issues. And that's going to allow me to start training some more forces, especially as I do have actually quite a few guns lined up at this point. And also quite a few fighters. How's my air wing looking? It's looking terrible, because we have no people for it. Unknown focus. Don't scare me like this, please. Although now I have good relations with Germany, does that mean they're not going to try and murder me? Probably not. This is Nazi Germany we're talking about. Fourth International, members of the communist delegates from around the world met in Paris today for a founding conference, laying the groundwork for what has been known as the Fourth International. Calls for its formation have existed for years, with supporters of Trotsky's theories taking the lead. They are still democratic, however. I must admit, when they announced that they would be working on 2 new focuses, or 2 overhauled focuses for this expansion, I was really expecting France to be one of them. Because they've been talking for ages and ages about making the French communist path better. And that would have been a very good opportunity to do so, but they never did. Calling upon the bonds forged during the Great War, France has requested a formal alliance with Britain, citing unspecified threats against the stability of Europe. Although, I have to say, I am willing to put money... Well, I'm not willing to put money on. But I'm willing to say pretty confidently that I reckon the next expansion is going to be a political one. Probably politics and espionage. That's what I think it's going to be. And that probably is going to include the USSR overhaul and the French overhaul. And then probably a focus tree for the 2 Spains. German demands for the Sudeten territory of Czechoslovakia, which is home to a considerable German minority, have intensified. At a summit held in Munich, Germany, Britain, France and Italy sought to find a diplomatic solution to the so-called Sudeten crisis. Czechoslovakia was not invited to attend. Hungary renounces the Treaty of Trianon. In a public declaration, Miklos Horthy has renounced the treaty imposed by the Allied powers after the Great War. Signed by the Hungarians under protest in 1920, it greatly reduced the country's size and limited the strength of its military. Hungary has joined the Axis. And we have the Vulcan Vaderland. So can I join the Axis? World tension needs to be at 100, but that's probably because of my aloof neutrality. Join faction tension limit plus 100%. It is. So in order to secure myself against German aggression, I would... Oh no! I actually have to be I did not read far enough ahead. I have to be fascist for that to happen. Alright, well, I guess we're going to be improving the military then. The economy has begun recovering surprisingly quickly after we abandoned the gold standard. The military budget cuts we were forced to implement to keep the Kilda from devaluing can now be overturned. And that's going to give me 10% war support. Oh, decisions. They are still underway. Can't afford him yet. But yes, I'm going to have to get the fascist yeah, I'm going to have to. It's too bad that they don't have a colonial communist equivalent. That would be kind of cool. Wow, there are actually loads of different communists. The Council Communist, the Communist Revolutionary, and the Colonial Communist. Antoine Pannekoek. Anton Pancakes is his name. Right, now I can get him. Okay, so fascism should be growing really quite quickly, especially because, don't forget, there is a reduction in strength for the Democrats. Did we ever finish that ship? We finished the sodding ship. Fan-freaking-tastic. Alright, good. Right, and we have motorized that are available. And we have civilian factories. Civilian, not military. Let's go and build something. I think we really need dockyards. But then again, if we did get civilian factories, then we can build more stuff long term. So while we can, let's get those civilian factories up and running. Computing machine has been finished. Now there was a focus related to the computing machine, Philips, which would allow me to get 1940s tech now. $11 days? We can wait 11 days. No, 20 days. We can wait 20 days. Small caliber anti-armor piercing shell has been done. So if we got a different research with this, say radio, need to get decimetric radar to get radar on the ships. Could also get support weapons to make sure my troops can really reinforce. No, we need field hospitals. We need them desperately. We need to start overhauling my military. England would be happy when they invade me now, since we've got so many toasters but no guns. We could always build catapults and throw the toasters at them. They heard they countered that with a new technology called helmets. Helmets? Who uses helmets? Alright, so we can prepare the inundation lines. Does this requires one of the following: protect against Britain or Germany as the greater threat? Phillips. Of course, it's a 70-day stupid idiot. Still waiting for construction. That's 33 days. I always forget that the focuses themselves take time. Can I make anti-air land units? I could, but I'd rather rely on getting a decent air force, which is what I'm building right now. Trying to. Although Britain's just going to have a lot more aeroplanes, but they're going to be fighting against me and the German Air Force. They have 2,000 aeroplanes. I have like 50. Oh, I have 200. They only outnumber us 10 to 1. Perfect odds. Especially as I have no air doctrines. This is going to be atrocious. That does seem to be an awful lot of aeroplanes this early. I really hope they're building, like, you know, guns. And decisions. West Indies. I think this is the last one. Maybe this is the fourth one. Not actually sure. Yugoslavia claims Bulgaria. The Russia of the Balkans, don't you know? Citing the foundations of their nation as a union of the South Slav peoples, Yugoslav rhetoric has recently increasingly argued for the Bulgarian people's membership of this union. Now this propaganda has taken a drastic new turn as Yugoslavia has outright staked their claim on the Bulgarian region. There is construction. We can now get construction. 1941 construction is going to take me 83 days. That's mental. I could have got construction 4 in like 160 days. That's a really powerful focus. I have decisions to boost fascism. So I do. I think we need to open up the political discourse. I'm not sure that I can afford a civil war this close to problem times. Especially as I can't see what Germany's doing. Why is that? Probably because I don't have decryption. Oh, 6 days, 5 days until we finish this, and then we can finish off the new Dorota, which is really an old Dorota. There it is. Okay, so my fleets are now technically done. So I think I'm going to use submarines to cause problems. Shall I move all of them? It's a puppet. They can defend themselves. Hopefully. And then I think I need to start merging my fleets and creating proper task forces. The German Reich claims Memel, with German forces on the border poised to attack. Lithuania has given in to German ultimatum, demanding the surrender of the old Prussian territory of Memel. And there's the Phillips done. Now we can expand R&D. Our industrial expansion and other recent advances might allow us to conduct R&D in parallel, especially if we expand upon Phillips's already existing facilities. Need a bit more political power before the next stage. I also wonder if we should build a new coastal defense ship. What's available? Oh, no. Not for that. We want to do level 2. Level 2 engines. Level 2 cruiser armor. Wow, that's fast. Admittedly with nothing on it, but that's still really, really fast. Fire control. Medium cruiser battery. AA2. Secondary battery. Heavy cruisers. Heavy cruiser. This is a very heavy attack. $330 hit points. This is basically... This is a battle cruiser. I am wondering if I want to have secondary batteries, because those are lighter. This is going to allow me to hunt down the smaller ships too, and it's going to mean that I'm just quicker. Surface visibility is 25. Do the medium batteries increase that? 29. 25. Okay, so the big guns make us a lot more obvious. So that gives me some ability to hit heavy. That actually gives us a lot of heavy piercing ability. It keeps us very quick. I'm actually looking more at the surface visibility to try and keep us hidden, so that we can get in and out of danger more quickly. And then this is really a raiding ship now. No, I think I'm going to keep one heavy. We're still very quick. Surface visibility is not awful. We have a lot of anti-light. We have a decent amount of anti-heavy as well. It's a very good mix. This is far more balanced. Yeah, I like this. So this needs a name. This is going to be all-rounder ship. This is going to be the Caitlin class. If I could fit it in, I'd say the Caitlin Goddess of Annihilation, because that just sounds like an awesome ship class, but I'm pretty sure that won't fit. Alright, so we have the Caitlin class now. And I would very much like to start laying down the foundations of a Caitlin class, please. How come I can only apply that many production to it? That much production? It's not going to be finished until 1941 at current production rates. Although that's primarily because I'm short on steel. That can be fixed. Steel's one thing I don't need to worry about. Feels amazing to say that. Still February 41 though. .4a looks a bit rubbish to me. I'm really hoping that I can use a... because I'm not going to have them going far from my coastline. So one, I'm hoping I can pull back and repair him if he needs it. And two, I'm hoping that my airforce can provide an umbrella. Although I'm really going to need to improve that airforce rather substantially. Electronics research speed would be super tempting. Well, go ahead. Although that's just cost me open up political discourse. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. I'm terrified that Germany is still going to declare war on me, despite how fascist aligned we are right now. War support's at 13%. That's actually really sodding close. We need just a little bit more. We need 15%. No, we need 10%. We're there. I just spent it. Nuts. Need to build more dockyards. The problem is production capacity. Remember, the Netherlands is in a tragic position at the start of the game in terms of production output. I cannot emphasize that enough. Ground support, interception detection, naval support. Air superiority, mission efficiency. That's what I need to get. Unfortunately, I don't have any air research to invest. Where the hell are my ships? Oh, that's you here. Oh, fantastic. Alright, so you need to be in that fleet now. Congratulations. And then you two group. And the Koninklijke Marine. is actually relatively decent. So if I was going to give you an order, what would it be? Convoy raiding? Probably. How do I know what your home base is? Oh. Control clicking now has other effects. Toggle repairs, whether they allow repairs or not. I guess they just go to repair in the nearest port rather than having a home base. I mean, that makes a hell of a lot more sense. I'm also going to set your engage risk to low risk. High repair priority. I'm going to turn off split. When automatic reinforcement of a task force is enabled, it will pull ships from the reserve fleet of its theatre to maintain. In order to match the requirements set when enabled, the requirements are shown below the actual number of ships in the task force. Okay, cool. So we have 3 heavy cruisers, 3 light cruisers, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 destroyers. In fact, it says right there. And we are building one more. What is that fleet called now? Nederland Indie Eskander. No. Koninklijke Marine. That's definitely not going to be confusing. Right, what did we just finish? We just finished field hospitals. And construction. We can get the ahead of time computing machine. And I think I'm going to get the destroyer organization. Capital ship armor would be nice. Light ship. Actually, that one's a lot better. So this one is kind of useless to me, but this one's very strong. Regardless, we're going to spend. How's Japan doing? That's a good question. Whoa, boy! Yep, China's screwed. Fate of Czechoslovakia. German troops have crossed into Bohemia and Moravia, ostensibly to restore order in the regions in the wake of the collapsing Czechoslovakian government. In Prague, the occupying forces announced the creation of an autonomous protectorate within the German Reich. Zog submits to Italy. In an ultimatum delivered to the Albanian government by Italian diplomats demanding that they submit to complete military occupation. We have got another research slot. Mechanical rangekeeper would be nice, but I think I do really want radar. Let's get decryption so I can see what Germany is doing. We are now 30% fascist. So let's do naval expansion. We should prepare for an enlargement of the navy well in time and therefore should begin pouring resources into the expansion of the Dutch shipbuilding already now.